And I want to talk to you a little bit about a story that draws, sort of me and the charity and stuff together. It's a story of families. One of the probably greatest compliments that Kelly and I have received since we've been in service is to have friends of ours, former military acquaintances, seek us out to lead their children. Seek us out to lead their children. So this particular instance, the story I'm about to relate to you, is about Sam Skurlock. Sam was a friend of Bob and Lauren Skurlock, who Kelly and I are dear friends with. Well, Sam, despite his father's urging to go to West Point, wanted to join the Army, become a paratrooper, and hopefully become a Ranger. So he joined the 82nd Airborne, and Bob sought me out through a friend of mine and my boss to serve with me. Of course, my boss loves Lauren. And he's like, hey, Brian, here's what you got to do. When Sam shows up, I want you to make him your RTO. Give him some admin job so he stays safe. I'm saying, sir, what are you talking about? The kid didn't join the Army to be my assistant. He said, yeah, but, I don't want to be the one to call Lauren and, give her any sort of bad news that Sam got hurt, which is reasonable. And so, I thought about that, and I went back to him and said, hey, boss, I don't agree. I'd like to think that anybody who joined my team would be cared for properly no matter what duty assignment he had. So I did. I lived that true to my sort of thoughts, and I just let him go wherever he landed. So I didn't let anybody know that I had watched Sam grow up, and that he would occasionally take the top off a beer for me at parties at his house, and yeah. And so he was out there getting after it with my 2nd Platoon Charlie Company. Well, on the night of June 6th in 2007. Sam's platoon was involved in a really fierce firefight. And, he was, I watched during the day, 125-degree heat, Kajaki. It's in Helmand River Valley, which you've probably heard a little about, and it's a poppy capital of the world. I mean, it's bad. I mean, the SF guys, before we went there, hey, sir, we don't go to Kajaki. I said, well, we're going because we're being ordered to by Karzai. So we went, and the SF guys call it the heart of darkness. And it's unfortunate because, another story we can have later tonight, if you care to, about the great people of Afghanistan. But we were fighting that night, that day, June, Afghanistan desert, 125, easy in the sun. We had trouble getting water to the boys to sustain them during a fight that lasted all day. And then, unfortunately, into the night. Now, night's generally a good thing for us because we got a huge advantage. Our lasers and nods that the Army outfits us with sort of gives us advantage. So generally, we're sort of happy when sun goes down. So anyway, they're maneuvering through very tight terrain in the farms of Kajaki, and they halt. And one of the soldiers is startled because 3 Taliban pop out of the woods, the groves in the walls, really tight, close terrain. And one of them has an AK-47 aimed right at him, he's looking right down the barrel. And out of the corner of his eye, in his nods, he sees a Taliban insurgent about to train an RPG. That's a rifle-propelled grenade on a group of his buddies who are back about 25, 30 meters. And he knows that grenade hits his guys, that there's going to be a lot of bad stuff that happens to his boys. So he, by himself, decides to engage the RPG gunner and kills him. And then turns to address the guy that's got the gun in his face, who's sending off bursts of automatic weapon fire. Unfortunately, one of those rounds hit Charlie, and Charlie passed away that night. In the process, of course, Charlie was a good shot. He took care of the insurgent. But what was really significant to me is he helped me fulfill an obligation I had to care for Sam. He lost his life, his wife lost a husband, and his children lost a father, so I could satisfy my obligation. It's not a more powerful thing than that to me. So when I got home, we nominated Charlie for the Distinguished Service Cross, which he was awarded to his family, which is our 2nd highest award for valor. And Kelly and I sort of tried desperately to care for our Gold Star family members and be close to them, but as time passes and relationships die and the medal hangs on the wall, 6 or 7 years from now, when the Wyckoff's children are entering college, angels like you might descend upon them to help shape their life. And in so doing, help me satisfy my obligation to their family, that I would care for them. And although I couldn't bring home Charlie, I have the comfort and the inspiration to know that his family will be cared for, which is pretty cool. So as I started to get involved in this and think about the names that should be on that plaque, certainly yours should be there. I had my soldiers, when we get home and start learning about the foundation like Children of Fallen Patriots and other great foundations that care for our family members and our wounded, I had compliments from my specialists to say, sir, because of this type of care, I'm gladly going forward. I don't have a worry. I know that if I get hurt in a fight, that I'm going to be taken care of. So to me, that's an inspiration. To me, that's a credit to this country. People ask me all the time, maybe a bit uncomfortably, hey, Brian, I had some great conversations out in the hallway, frankly. Hey, should we be at war? Are you bothered by the news? Are you uncomfortable with the debate? And I said, really, quite the opposite. The fruits of our labor is to offer up those values that are nested in the greatest document in the history of the world. Facilitated debate. The right to ask why. And in Vietnam, we didn't have the maturity as a country to have that debate and not lash out with anger towards our military, towards our servicemen. So I was talking with Jeff tonight, sitting right next to me. The difference then is when guys got hurt or families had trouble, they sort of just spiraled downward because we were angry at the Army. We were angry at the military. And maybe we deserve some of that. But today, I'm encouraged because we have this open debate, and you and your friends show your love for my soldiers. So I don't have morale problems. They gladly go forward. They gladly enlist. And hopefully, because maybe some good leadership from NCOs like this, they know they're going to be cared for. So really, that's what I wanted to say tonight, and I appreciate your support. I'm happy that if this is your way to gift a present, that you're thinking it through, and if hopefully this is something you want to do, that you continue to reach out to your friends and say, yeah, we want to be a part of a young person's life and give them some hope and really honor the sacrifice of their parents. So I'm going to leave you with that and just say thanks. I'd like to thank God for the Children of Fallen Patriots, for you. Thank God for the men of the 75th Ranger Battalion and 1st Ranger Battalion. And of course, thank God for the United States of America. Thank you.